I'm with Larry Herzekow from Beit Rachamin. Now, Larry, what is Beit Rachamin?
Well, in a translation of Beit Rachamin, it's House of Compassion. It's actually the ministry verse that came out through much prayer is in Matthew 9, I believe it's 35 through 38, where it says that Yeshua had compassion on his people. He went around healing everyone. They were like a sheep without a leader, and that the fields were ready, but the workers were few. And he says, come and serve. So that's really how the ministry was birthed, and that's exactly what we do, is help these ministries, both believing and non-believing organizations who really need a lot of help. A lot of humanitarian work, some evangelical work. But what's exciting is when we get to work with the organizations that are not believers, build a relationship, and they just want to know, why are we here? Why are we, especially the people who are coming, spending a lot of money to come here and digging holes in the ground or trimming trees or picking fruit or whatever it might be. So they're kind of blown away, and it's a great opportunity to talk about the Lord.
When were you started and why were you started?
About 3.5 years ago is when we began. We've been in the land for almost 20 years, but it was really just the last 3.5 years when the ministry was birthed, when we really saw a need for people who had done a tour, and they wanted something different. They wanted to come. They wanted to put their hands in the dirt. They wanted to be the Lord's hands and feet and make a difference, be able to dialogue with the people, be able to meet them, get to know them, meet some of the leaders in the land. We do take them to several of the kehilot in the area. They wouldn't normally get a chance to do that on a tour. So it's something special for them.
Because when people come on a tour, a lot of people fall in love with Israel, don't they?
They do. They do. And this really gives them an opportunity to not only fall in love with the land, but to fall in love with the people, as you really get to be face to face with many people during the course of the roughly 10 days that they're here. Lots of questions, lots of dialogue. So it makes it even more impactful for them.
So what can teams do here, and who do you link with?
We work with Hands of Mercy. They're in Sderot. We work with King of Kings, of course, here in Jerusalem. We work with Joel Rosenberg's organization, the MJA's organization. I'm trying to think of the names of the groups. It's we will go up to the Galilee and work with Beautiful Land Initiative, BLI, which is literally picking up trash on the beaches, several soup kitchens throughout the country. We work with Leket, which is the largest food bank in Israel. They have several picking fields as well as their main center office where food comes in and it's distributed, separating the good from the bad. Several city parks that need a lot of assistance in planting, trimming, cutting, building retaining walls. Lots of places to take them to.
And where do people come from all over the world?
We have had people from all over the world. I would say that 90% are from America. The majority of those are from the Calvary Chapel network of churches. But we have had people from China. We've had some from Hungary, from the UK.
So they're coming in. Do they get the chance to get a good understanding of the land and the people here?
Yeah, I mean, we have lots of time in the evenings to talk about. We do some teachings on effective ways to share. Many of them don't really have an understanding of the Jewish roots of their faith. We talk a little bit about the Shabbat, but they get an earful, a lot to digest. We don't want to overburden them with a lot of information, just enough to whet their appetite, to want to do some research on their own and want to come back for more.
Do you have teams that are coming in just to pray?
Actually, we haven't. We have had a couple of teams who come in just to do evangelical work. They just say, look, Larry, we don't want to do any, we don't want to serve, we want to spend the 10 days that we're here face to face with the people sharing about the Lord.
Is there a big variety in the way that people can bless the land?
Well, just by the fact that they're coming to serve is a major blessing to these ministries. And of course they are they are blessed in return. And as they get to meet these ministries, both believing and unbelieving, they have opportunities to donate. Usually they will be on their mailing list. And, I think the organizations look at them as possible donors, which, of course, is a blessing all the way around.
Mm. And how do organizations that you help feel about Christians coming here to the land and ministering and helping them?
That's a good question. Of course, unquestionably, the believing organizations, welcome the help and have no reservations at all. And really, for the most part, even the organizations that are non-religious, just humanitarian, they welcome the groups that are coming. They may have some questions as to motive. It really hasn't surfaced that much. They're really quite open and wanting to know really their heart as to why they're coming, spending a lot of money to come to Israel and standing out in 90-degree heat, picking oranges or, pulling radishes or cutting down trees. So, I just think it's a blessing all the way around.
Is this building a bridge between Jews and Christians?
Absolutely, no question about it. What better way can there be for, the Jewish person to really get to know a Christian, of which, many Jewish people here in Israel haven't had much contact with Christians. They have kind of a one world view of who they are and what they stand for. So I think it's very important, critical, and it's a good match.
Did they have a misunderstanding of Christians because of things like the Holocaust and what Christians have done in the past? And do you feel that you're sort of repairing that negativity?
Yeah, there is definitely, that's part of it, as they really get to know the heart of that believer who's coming here, and they see that they're not maybe what they had perceived as anti-Semitic or, it makes a huge difference.
Are you hoping that people who leave the land will have more of a heart for Israel?
Absolutely. And they do. There's unquestionable love for the land, desire to come back, desire to learn more. That's what we see.
Do you see people's hearts change when they come here to minister? And do you get to hear stories of how they've been changed themselves?
Yeah, we'll ask them if they want, to write a bit of a testimony, and we'll put it on our website. So there are some tremendous testimonies of what has happened on these short stays that they're here, just 8, 9, 10 days, and unbelievable opportunities, doors that only the Lord can open, and relationships built, and people collecting, wanting to stay in touch with friends that they've met in Israel via email. So it's very exciting.
Do you have any stories that you can share?
Check out the website. That'd be the easiest way.
Now, it must be nice seeing people giving up their time to actually minister.
Yeah, it's very rewarding that, they really want to come and be involved. They're not coming to see the sights, although, if we have one day when, like on a Shabbat, when ministries aren't open, we'll go take them maybe to the Dead Sea or to En-Gedi or something. But their desire really is to learn about the land, the people, serve the people, be the Lord's hands and feet on the ground here in Israel.
So you can actually bring a group here, they can come and stay in your house, and you can arrange all the different organizations that you want them to go and minister and help to, and everything's done for them. They just need to get on a plane and fly here. Exactly.
When they land, we're picking them up at the airport. Their schedule is set. We have worked on it from 30 days out, sometimes up until the very last day. But when they hit the ground, their schedule is set, and we know what we're doing, and we're ready to roll.
Are you being the hands and feet of Jesus today?
It's a little early, but after another cup of coffee, we will be.
Why do you do what you do?
I think as we prayed, we were out of the land for about 3 years. We were really praying to be used effectively here in the land if we were to come back. Because the first 16 years we were here, we were really just trying to, we had, 5 kids trying to make a way, trying to earn a living and, pay the bills, which is about what most people do wherever they're living. We wanted something different, something more. We wanted to be used. We wanted to be a light to the people here. So really, this is an opportunity. Our heart has always been more from an evangelical slant to be able to talk about the Lord to these people. You know, being Jewish and knowing the misconceptions and the lies and the misrepresentations of who Yeshua is, we wanted to straighten things out. So this gives us an opportunity to not only do that, but to also serve ministries, believing ministries here in the land. But what's much more fun and exciting is to work with the organizations that are regular organizations that don't know the Lord, and that seem to be where we seem to be most effective.
Are you making a difference?
Absolutely, for sure. We are. Praise the Lord.
And what's your prayer for the future of the organization and the work that you do?
We just hope that the teams will continue to come. Most of it is on referral basis. We don't have any marketing plan because most of the churches are through the Calvary Chapel Network, which is about 1,500 churches worldwide. So we've just barely tapped into, the icing, the tip of the iceberg, rather. So I think as word spreads, we've had a lot of repeat groups coming. As a matter of fact, some groups have been here every year that we've been doing this. So they've come back every year. So I think it's just like a business of building a business. It's just a matter of referrals and repeat business, and that's kind of the track that we're on.
What's your website for people who'd like to know more?
Yeah, Beit Rachamin.org. So if you to spell that, it would be B like boy, BEIT, RACHAMIN.org, BeitRachamin.org.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul. Bless you.